Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode, the first one of 2024. Should be a good year. Alright, so we got a bunch of cars to look at right away. Mostly, we got a lot of Mattel stuff. Got some other weird stuff as usual. Yeah, you know, the usual stuff. We're not doing anything too crazy different here in 2024. Alright. First of all, I got these weird Shelby Collectibles to look at. I think these were like dollar store finds from my buddy Dumas. He sent these in a box to me, and we're going to finally take a look at them. I still got a little bit more from that box after this episode even that we'll have to look at. Not a lot left, but a little bit. So we got this guy here. This one is the 1967 Shelby GT500. We've got the 1965 Shelby Cobra 427. So these look pretty cool, actually. They're official licensed product from Ford, or Shelby and Ford. And then we've got the 67 Shelby GT500 again. This one in gray. So we're going to check those out. And then I've got an Ultra Red, of course, from my buddy Diecast, which is of this guy right here, the Ford Galaxy. This thing is pretty sick. Really liking this one. And then, of course, we're going to look at the version A and the version B as well, which I've already opened these and looked at them. Not on video, though. Opened them, take pictures of them for the Lamley 64 car Royal Rumble. They didn't make it in, but I did take pictures of them. This is for 2023 release 4. These are falling off the package because they're already cut open. So anyway, speaking of that, if you're watching this video tonight, Saturday morning, I will have posted my end of the year Lamley article. The only article that I wrote for the entire year. Again, which was not intentional. I was intending on doing a lot more, and time just did not allow it, unfortunately. Writing is harder than just talking to you. Or talking into the void, really, of my room and then posting it publicly. It's a lot easier just to do that than it is for me to type out an article. Because I get obsessive, and then I start thinking about, did I say this right? Is my punctuation correct? All that stuff, and I start freaking out about that stuff, and I just end up getting nothing done. So usually when I write now, it's pretty concise. So what I did for the end of the year articles, you should go check that out. Maybe I'll link it in this video down below in a comment or something like that. What I did for this one, lots of photographs. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's a lot of the stuff I've posted there throughout the year, some of the best ones, pictures that I've taken of these little cars that I'm proud of. And I posted those. There's a little story on there and stuff too. But anyway, check that out if you can. All right. Moving on from that, I got a big box from Jay, and like pretty much the rest of this episode is a box from him. So Jay's been sending me boxes of weird stuff for a while, and he continues to do so. This box had a couple of weird items, and I guess we'll look at that first. He sent me some older Johnny Lightnings. We got a Barris Phaeton, Johnny Lightning Street Freaks we're going to take a look at. And then we've got a Citroen from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So we're going to look at that as well. And then he sent me a couple of majorettes. And he sent me this Jag, which is pretty cool. I'm going to check that guy out. Pretty awesome. And then he sent me this Porsche, and I cannot remember for the life of me if I already have this Porsche or not. We're just going to open it because if I have it, I don't know where I put it. And I'm pretty organized, so maybe I don't have it. Maybe I don't have it. I've looked in a couple of places, and it's not there. I guess maybe I don't have it. All right. So we're going to open up those two majorettes. And then he sent me a bunch of mainline Hot Wheels, which most of these are ones that he sent me. There's a couple that he didn't. So he sent me these are all, I think, B case. So we got a 72 Stingray convertible. We've got a Mighty K little truck thing. We've got the Tesla Model Y. We've got this Ford F-150 Lightning Custom. We got the Fiat 500E in gray. The 76 Greenwood Corvette. The 70 Plymouth Barracuda with new wheels, I think. I think those are brand new wheels. Looking pretty interesting. The Nissan Skyline RS KDR 30 in purple. Pretty cool. The 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor in HKS livery. Always a cool livery to look at. And then really cool, the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 in yellow. Pretty nice. And then, one more. The Proton Saga. How cool is this? First national car of Malaysia, a celebration of automotive ingenuity. Over 2 million units of the Saga have been built and sold globally, making it the best-selling car of Proton. The Proton Saga. What a cool-looking little car, actually. So that's neat. And then I found a couple of cars from A-Case, which was the Ford GT40. Pretty neat. The 86 Toyota van. And the Ford Escort RS 2000, which, if this was Spectra Flame Green and had rubber tires on it, would be the Super Treasure Hunt, I believe, in the A case. So, and I found that one. Not the Super, the regular. So, he sent me a bunch of those mainline cars. I found a couple of mainline cars. And then I purchased from him. He found these in store, and he just, charged me cost for these. But we've got the new 2-pack Car Culture 2-packs from Target. This one's the Mitsubishi one with a Lancer and an Eclipse. So we've got that we're going to open up. We've got the Holden 2-pack with the Holden Monero GTS and the Torana A9X. I think the Torana, I don't know. A9X is a new one. The other one we've seen, I think, in Boulevard, maybe? I don't remember. But yeah, we got this 2-pack. We're going to pop that open. And then another really cool one. Oh, jeez. We got the 73 BMW CSL race car and the BMW 320 Group 5. The 320 Group 5 is the new one. This one, I believe, was released actually quite a while ago in a Forza set, if I'm not mistaken, which I very well could be mistaken, but I don't think I am. But we've got that. And then I got one from the new Team Transport set. He only had the one extra, which is fine because this would be the one I'd want the most. The Mercedes-Benz, I think he only had the one extra. I think he only offered up one. Maybe he did have the Mercedes-Benz. But the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, I think I do want that one. I got to find that one. The Willys one, kind of cool. And then the Porsche 959. So obviously I wanted the 959. So this is pretty neat. And normally I get annoyed with these Team Transports, but I guess I'll take a big Porsche logo across one. Not bad. All right, so that is, I think, what we're going to look at. I'm looking behind me because I've got a lot more stuff to show. It's just going to be in a future episode because now that I'm looking at it, this is going to already be 30 or so cars to open up. Which, by the way, in 2023, I added over 1,200 pieces to my collection. That's a lot. It really is. So that's, 100 cars a month. Is that excessive? You guys let me know in the comments down below. But I did. I added that many. And I know the total because I take a picture of each one after I'm done opening them up. And that's just what I opened up. So that doesn't count anything behind me, any of that stuff. So it's okay. It's fine. It's good. It just means there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. There's still stuff I want that I didn't get from 2023. So we are just in the golden age of diecast. I'll tell you that right there. One other reminder is that MASCAR cases, which are behind me right here. I get asked about these quite a bit, actually. So these cases, these fit Auto World, like every single Auto World casting, no matter how big it is. These cases fit them, which is awesome, which is why they're my go-to. They are back in business. They were not for a little while. I announced it a couple episodes ago, but they are back in business. I have an affiliate link for them. I will post that in the comment as well. I'll try to do that in a Lamley post link together. But if you follow that link and you buy something from them, I will get a little kickback from it. So if you want to support the channel and you want to get some cool cases on your wall for your cars, you could do that both at once, and I'd appreciate it. You know, I'm sure MassCar would appreciate it. They're just back in business now under new ownership, and they're trying hard to be successful. We'll see what happens. But anyway, cool cases. It's going to be MassCar Displays, MassCar with an M, masscardisplays.com/Championdjk. That will get you there. And it'll bring you right to a black version of this case. So, all right, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and flip the camera around, and we're going to get into, you know, the usual. We're going to get into this stuff up close. So let's get them ripped open. All right, stay tuned. Okay, let's start with Auto World. That's a good place to start. My favorite brand to collect. And this is a stellar release for 2023. This particular car in this set is one of my favorites for sure. So this is the 1964 Ford Galaxy 500 XL. It's on the lifted chassis with the teardrop hood. And you can kind of read about what's going on here. Raised chassis differing from the lower stock version. Teardrop hood. This is in vintage burgundy poly for version A. And it's a nice color for this car, I must say. So let's go ahead and open it up. Anyway, I got to save these packaging because I still need some data off of it. But here's the casting. Pretty cool casting from Auto World. This tooling has been around. It's number 29 is the tooling, so it's been around for quite a while. This one, a little bit of a wonky wheel in the front. No big deal. It's an easy to fix problem. We don't need to do it right here, but anyway, there's that. We've got the teardrop hood as previously mentioned. This one already has fingerprints on it. As you can tell, I've already handled the car. But yeah. Engine detail. We got a tan interior. And we've got this cool burgundy where the rims or hubcaps or whatever rims are painted the same color as the body. This casting features a plastic top because they make a convertible version of it as well, or a top-down version, I should say. Far out, man. Far out Galaxy. So very cool. I like this version in the maroon. It looks really good. And then we've got this guy, which is the one in Guardsman Blue Poly. Very cool. You can read the premium facts there if you wish. So this one's in a metal flake blue, and it is pretty nifty as well. Put this packaging somewhere. Very cool color for this car as well. This one's blue with the matching blue interior, and again, matching blue on the rims. Very cool looking car. So I definitely dig this. I wouldn't mind driving around a Ford Galaxy in the summer with a lifted race chassis. I think that would be pretty sick. So really neat looking. I like it quite a bit. And then of course we've got the Ultra Red, and here is the Ultra Red. So this one, of course, my buddy Diecast hooked me up with it. This one, this set actually, I'm trying to think now. I don't know if the set goes after the version A or version B cars. What I can tell you, though, is it has, because this one, it's not going to be different, right? Because it's got an ultra red interior. That would have been a differentiating factor. And the rims are white, which also would have been differentiating if it only had an ultra red body. But these cars only differ in color, and that's it. And, of course, the interior color is different. But it's not going to matter for this. So, because all of those traits are changed by the Ultra Red traits. What I mean by that is most Auto World cars, whether you get them on a version A or version B card, they're going to have the same stuff going on for the Ultra Red. But the Ultra Red will have the version A or the version B traits, depending on what that series follows for traits. But anyway, bad example here because it doesn't, there's no way to differentiate. But anyway, this one's got a regular metal base. It's got red tires. It's got white wheels, ultra red interior, a beautifully ultra red painted body, which looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm a big fan of it. I think it's really good. The ultra red paint has gotten a lot better in recent releases than it has been for the previous ones. Older ultra red paint's really good. This newer, like bright ultra red just looks so nice. I don't know. I really like it in this release and the previous release. You can tell there's definite differences from release to release. So I really like this. I think it looks really good. And this is a pretty cool chase car. So definitely digging that. Pretty nifty. So really cool. All right. So let's go ahead and set the Galaxies aside and then move on to something else. Let's do, well, since we're with a round 2 product, even though this is pre-round 2, we got a Johnny Lightning. The Barris Phaeton. This one, I could win $10,000. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't it be crazy if you won it now on a scratch-off piece? First prize is, grand prize is 10 grand. First prize was a trip to the 2005 Indianapolis 500. I think I'll be a little late on that one for sure. But we are going to scratch that off. Why not? Just to see. It's giving you a reason to open your diecast. But check that out. Kind of interesting color combo. Kind of got a lowrider look to it. Pinstriping. Customized. Barris Phaeton. This is faded. This is definitely like sun faded. All right, well, let's check out the little scratch-off ticket we got here. What do I got to scratch it off with? Let's try this, maybe. Please try again. Sorry. Please try again. Oh, well, too bad. It'd be funny if someone did, like, pull that. They get the grand or whatever, the 10 grand, and they're, like, trying to redeem it now when it's, 2005. Come on. We're almost 20 years ago. All right, then we got this, which is crazy to think of, by the way. And we got this Johnny Lightning Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, I killed a couple of Slayers in my time. I don't like to brag. Oh, who am I kidding? I love to brag. That's Spike. Spike. Did Spike drive a Citroen? Because that's not a very, I don't know, tough-looking car for you to be a Slayer killing vampire. Spike. This is so like 90s. Or what is it, early 2000s? It's gotta be 90s, right? Oh, 2000. We got some rust on the Citroen. Or I guess this was primered over. I'm not really sure, but it's gray. And it's pretty cool. I don't actually have an example of this casting as a Johnny Lightning now that I'm thinking of it. So that's one checked off the list. I think I do have one of these somewhere. I think it's green. But I did not have a Citroen. So that's neat to add this tooling to my Johnny Lightning tooling catalog. Very cool. It's kind of a neat little weird, wacky little car where the rear wheels are like tucked in and the front wheels are not. It's a cute little thing and kind of nifty. So there's that, kind of a cool older Johnny Lightning to add to the collection. All right. Before we get into, we do have a couple of non-Mattel stuff yet here. We got the Shelby Collectibles. This is a 1967 Shelby GT 500. And Dumas, I hope that's not cat hair. I'm going to be having allergy problems here. So my buddy sent me these along with a bunch of other stuff in a box. I think these were sold at like dollar stores. I want to say they were anyway. They're distributed by Jammin' Products from 4199 Bandini Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. Jammin' Products, don't know. I think I have the Ford GT40 Mark IIs, though. I think I've got these in 2 different colors. Actually, I'm almost positive I do, from this exact set. But I never picked up any of the other ones when they were available. But now I've got 3 more cars. That's pretty cool. So, as usual with these like cheaper dollar store lines, like we have some decent stuff going on here. It's got like sort of like a headlight detail. Nothing in the tail, but it's got the stripe up there. The paint quality is decent enough. You know, the base is plastic and cheap and whatever. Usually the problem is the wheels. And yeah, I mean, this one's got some ugly wheels. Really ugly wheels. So that is a detraction from the casting looking cool. But the paint-wise, everything else-wise, it looks pretty neat. It's got a decent amount of weight to it as well. This one in white, so same casting, just one other color. And again, same thing going on. You can take a look at the base here. Jammin' Products, made in China, of course. Rolls well, ugly wheels. Not a terrible looking casting, though. Just ugly wheels. So, not too bad. All right. Then, lastly, this one's actually pretty cool. And the wheels look pretty decent on this one, I would argue, as well. This is the 65 Shelby Cobra 427. Yeah, we'll open that up. So, this one, dust in the package. Doesn't really roll because the wheels are so low, they are scraping on the fenders. But I guess that makes it look a little better, so I don't mind it. I don't know, this is kind of a cool little tooling. I don't know, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of neat. You got a little extra plastic piece here. That's the rollover protection, right? And then you've got, you know, molded plastic interior, a separate piece for the windshield. The wheels on this one actually don't look bad. They got some decent detail in them. And overall, not a bad little tooling. So that's pretty neat. All right, digging that one. Then we got Majorette before we get into Mattel. So let's start with the Aston Martin Vantage GT8. I actually got a ton of other Majorette that we need to open up and look at. I've been neglecting. Oh, geez. What did I just drop? Oh, my God. I dropped the Citroen. Did you survive? You survived. All right. Sorry about that. We've got the Aston Martin Vantage GT8. I was talking about, I've got a bunch of other Majorette we got to open, including some of the new pink slips. I got one more pink slip, the pink Porsche, coming from my buddy Jay in the next box. So probably wait for that to come before we look at the others. But I do have some other cool Majorette. And I've mentioned it every time, and I know like I'm sounding like a broken record, but I like the fact that you can find these cars at Walmart in the U.S. now. I think it's pretty awesome. And at Target, actually. Target carries the pink slips ones. So I think that that's great. It's another option for people to get a cool car. And Majorette, the newer stuff, is pretty neat. A lot of times the problem with some of the older stuff was the wheels. They were ugly. And nowadays, I think the wheels look pretty good. So you got this Aston Martin. Cool little Majorette. It's got opening doors. A lot of Majorettes do have an opening part. Almost all of them, too, at least a ton of them, have like headlight detail that's part of the windshield. And I like that as well. I think that's a very smart use of this piece. They also have suspension most often, which is also neat. So it rolls. It's got rubber tires. It's got a plastic base. Who cares? It rolls. Ooh, it rolls quite smooth. and it looks really good. So we've got that one. That's pretty nice. And then we've also got this Porsche, which I feel like I already have, but we're going to open this one up anyway, because I can't, like I said, in the first half of this video, I can't find it, so I don't know. And it's hard to tell because they released so many ones of these. It might be because I got it a long time ago, because these were appearing, these Porsche ones, these were appearing from this set. I believe it was from this set. These were appearing at Hobby Lobby for a little while, previous to them showing up or being distributed by Jada Toys here in the US. So it could be that I have it and it's buried because I got it a long time ago. Could be. It's a possibility. It's not necessarily true. Porsche 911 Carrera S. Again, plastic base. It's got suspension. It's got the rubber tires. It's got decent looking wheels. And it's got opening doors, which are okay. Fairly cool. Rolls good. The thing that's goofy about this casting is the opening like hood, which is to me just stupid. The reason is because there's nothing under there. It's a luggage compartment, right? Because the engine in this sucker would be in the back. So why are we opening up the hood? I don't know. There's really to look at that, to look at nothing is really what you're looking at there. Nothing. So I don't know why they do that for Majorette. Seems like kind of a waste, but of a moving part. But who knows? I mean, kids may still like to play with that thing. I don't know. Casting looks cool though. I dig it. I've got a few different versions of it and not complaining there. All right. Moving on. So our Mattel stuff, and I think in classic fashion, we're going to start with premium stuff and then go into the main line. Simply to hold your attention. Because I don't know who gets excited about mainline. I mean, I still do get excited about some, but I know not everybody does, and that's fine. The premium stuff, though, might be a little bit more exciting. So we got this Porsche 959 1986 Euro Hauler. Is it actually, there's 3 959 toolings now, okay, from Hot Wheels. And this one is by and far my least favorite. I get it. It's like the rally version of the car, but I just don't really like it all that much. I think it looks a little bit too on the bulbous side. I mean, it's kind of cool because, again, it's the rally version, right? It's supposed to have bigger wheels. It's supposed to be beefier looking. And I get what they're going for here. And it's not bad. This presentation of it's pretty decent. It doesn't actually have a rear window, but I think the actual real rally version of the car doesn't have a rear window either. So there's that. So that is actually, I guess, accurate. I don't think it has any of this. I think it's just got these actual windows here, and these are not, because this is like a vent or something that goes through to the engine. I'm not really sure. I'm not a rally car aficionado. But this 959, pretty neat, pretty detailed. I guess it's pretty cool. I like it. And then we've got the hauler itself, which is actually really cool in this case. And normally I'm not really into the haulers, but this one, man, it's heavy. It's got a metal base, mostly metal body. This top piece is plastic. But who doesn't like a big Porsche logo on the side of a bus or of a thing? Does this door open? No, it doesn't. That would be cool if it did. It doesn't. That's okay. This one does. This one opens and shuts. You can store your car inside if you wish. And go to racing. So I think it's cool. Definitely a good looking pair. So I guess I'm not complaining there. Again, finding room to store these things is a pain. If you have limited space in your diecast collection and limited space to store these things, that's got to be irritating by now if you collect all of them. It's just difficult. I've called out to people saying, hey, show me how you store these things. I still have yet to find like a really good, elegant solution for them. I mean, you could chop up a Creative Options thread organizer, a jammer, or whatever. and I think you might be able to get some of them to fit. But yeah, there's not really, I haven't really found a great solution. I know there's this company, Kaboom Cases, that makes like plastic cases. They look like, I've got a bunch of them for regular cars. They look like, let me grab one real quick. They look like this. And these are actually pretty convenient to store cars in, loose cars. You can store them in here and you can put them in whatever. This is not a sponsored video. They should sponsor me though, because I could do a killer video on these things, and I will sell a ton of them. Because they're actually pretty awesome, and they're pretty affordable as well. But they make ones that are big enough to fit the transporters. I haven't gotten any of them yet. They're a little more expensive, but that may be, ultimately the option that I go with to try to store on my team transports. Maybe. We'll see. But there's that little tidbit of information for you. All right, next is the BMW 2-pack. So this thing's pretty cool. Like I said, this first one, I know we've seen at least something very close to it. Already came out. And then this one is new. And I can already tell this is going to kind of tick me off a little bit looking at these cars. Because even from this distance from where my eyes are, which is way behind where the camera is, I can see dot matrix crap going on. And you know what? Have we gotten this CSL in this livery? Now that I think of it, I don't know if we haven't got it in this exact look. Because I was thinking the Forza one was. And then I realized I have the Forza one like near me. And it's close, but it's not the same. There's the Forza one. But I'm glad I pulled this out because we are going to look at something now. All right, so here's the Forza one. This is from, I guess, Retro Entertainment or Replica Entertainment. Back in the day when they had the different packaging, different looking blister, all that. I thought for some reason this is a dupe too, but I guess it's not if it's sort of supposed to be like this one. Anyway, let's get to this in a second. Let's look at this guy real quick. So this is the Group B, right? It was Group B, right? Group 5, not Group B. Race car. And this thing is really cool. Very, very cool casting. I'm glad that they did it. What's irritating about it, though, and I mention it every time, is these premium graphics being so pixelated looking. It's just a shame, really. I really hope they do something to change this production process. And I'll show you why here, because we've got this. Here it is again. Same process. So you got the pixelations, and here, you want a real good look at it? There you go. It's looked like they printed straight up on static TV from when we were kids, and the antenna, whatever, didn't come in. And you got that going on. Not great. Okay. From afar, looks okay. To the naked eye, though, my eyes are still good enough, thankfully, that I can see that, though. So this is from many years ago. Not many years ago, but I think it's a similar process. And you can see it a little bit. The metal flake, you can see through it. But I would argue that it's not as bad. There's still a little bit of it going on, but it's not as bad. So this, I don't know, where were these produced? These were made in Malaysia. These ones I think are made in Thailand. I don't know if that's the difference. I can't imagine. But yeah. So they still got a little bit of that printing thing going on. And I don't remember exactly when this came out. Probably close to 2015, 2016, maybe even 2017. Either way, there's the change. And there you go. All right. All right, so that was kind of neat. I'm glad I had this thing handy to look at, because I thought for sure they were closer. But then I should have remembered that the Forza one obviously had a Forza logo on it. That would make a lot more sense. All right, let's go sticking with sort of like a racing theme thing, because we got that Holden in there. I'm going to put this BMW somewhere. So the Holden set. How weird is it that we're getting a 2-pack exclusive to Target with 2 Holdens in it? You know, that's kind of cool that we'd get that here in the U.S. So I think it's neat. So we got the Tirana, or Tirana, whatever, Tirana, and the Monaro. So I believe, and you guys will definitely correct me if I'm wrong, this was released in Boulevard already, right? This particular one, I thought it was. Correct me, please. Although I don't remember it being like metal flake like that. I thought it was more orange, less metal flake, more enamel. But I can't remember. And I don't have that one handy to look at, I don't think. Let me peek around. No, actually, I might try to grab that in a second. And then we got this faux Marlboro livery, by the way. I mean, that's totally like a fake Marlboro livery. Obviously, they can't put that on a Hot Wheel. But this looks pretty cool, too. It's bothering me that I think I might have this other one, so hang on a second. And I do have it close by, and it is pretty much the same. I think it's exactly the same, actually. Maybe it's actually lighter in shade. Very hard to tell, but I mean, these are the same freaking car. So this was in Boulevard. This you got a second chance at getting in Target. So I know that, you know, where's the production day code? Made in Thailand. Made in Thailand. This is S38. This is R22. So made far apart from each other, I guess, date code wise. But, I mean, this is a deeper orange than this. Other than that, you'd be hard-pressed to tell which is which. So, yeah, I know, and they're still doing that. So it's a little bit of a bummer that they're kind of repeating cars, repeating designs. But I guess I don't think they did it with this one, unless there's another release that I'm forgetting about. I know there was a mainline that looked exactly like this, maybe. I don't know. But this thing's cool. You got the faux Marlboro livery, racing livery going on. And a brand new casting. So I think that's pretty neat. All right, so there's that 2-pack. And then finally, we've got this one. The Mitsubishi 2-pack. We got the Evo 6 and the 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Let me see. Which one is the repeat? I don't know. Is it the? I think it's the Lancer. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure this is the new one in red. I think that's how they typically do it. Is the one on the left is like the repeat, the one on the right is the new one. So this is, I think, a brand new casting. Again, I could be wrong. I don't think I am though. So we get this guy. I think this casting was originally released in Fast and Furious set. Not in that color, but in that set. And then we've got the Evo in blue. Not bad. I mean, I have an Evo. I think I've got an Evo 6 in Tomica Limited Vintage. It really puts the Hot Wheels to shame, of course. Quite a price difference. But this is pretty nifty too, I guess. So, and I don't know, was this already out like this in blue? You guys let me know in the comments. Dumas will undoubtedly let me know. He lets me know all my Hot Wheels information because he's a walking encyclopedia for it. And, you know, pretty cool to have somebody like that around. Then I'm not forced to remember anything, which is nice because, I don't know, it's getting hard. All right. It is hard now with all these different releases and me having thousands and thousands of cars. And considering the fact that I had 1,000 cars every year, you know, that stuff adds up. All right. 1976 Greenwood Corvette. This one in B case. In a purple. I think these were in A case as well. So I think you can find them there. Not bad. Greenwood Corvette looks all right. That pearl purple, it's okay. Let's go set it over there. That's an older casting. Then we got the Tesla Model Y. This thing has been around for a bit too. This tooling in blue. Kind of nifty. Solar powered and electric vehicles that prove you don't need gas to speed past the competition. Well, that may be true. They're quick. Off the line. And, yeah, Tesla Model Y. Not a bad looking car. It's not too bad. Basic. You know, all modern cars these days kind of got the same sort of thing going on. A lot of them anyway. Very similar look. The 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. This thing looks pretty nifty too. This one, I think, has a brand new wheel. That's what drew my attention to it. And it's that right there. Another like spoked wheel. And I think that's brand new. It looks kind of odd on this particular casting. But it is kind of neat. This tooling has been around, I think, for a very long time. What is the copyright date on the bottom here? And of course, it doesn't say the one time I really want to know. I know, though, that this tooling has been around for a long time. Pretty sure it has been. Dumas might help us out with that one, too, in one of the many comments he'll put on the video, which is great. And we will be able to figure that out together. I just don't have the information for you offhand. I just know it's older. I know it's an older tooling. Fiat 500E in Battleship Gray. And the 500E Compact King. The E is the electric version, isn't it, though? Or is it not? I don't know. It's a Fiat. I guess it's a cute little car. With orange lipped rims. Doesn't look too bad. The color combo doesn't look too bad, I guess. This thing's a little crazy looking. This is the Ford F-150 Lightning Custom. So clearly not a stock Ford F-150 Lightning. This is the Custom, which is not a version of a real thing that you can buy, I don't think. This is an electric. It's an EV. And it's, I don't know, kind of ugly. Didn't this thing come out in blue already, too? I don't know. That's a wild-looking truck. That back wheel is massive. Like, massive. So that's pretty crazy. All right, there's that. Moving on from that, we got the little Mighty K. Kind of a cute little thing. Little truck, little Compact King. It's in the Compact King's little subsegment. We got a little skateboard in the back. This would be cool rolling up to the skate park with. This little truck. I mean, it would be cool to see one or have one in real life. Kind of roll around with that in the summer. It'd be fun. I like this little casting. I think that's neat. But we're going to move on to the Stingray convertible. It's a nice looking Corvette. And it's got the retro slot wheels on it from that originated with the Cool Classics line from Hot Wheels. And there that is in white. And it looks pretty good. White with kind of tinted blue windows. I don't know if I like the tinted blue window or the chrome interior, but I guess the chrome interior is necessary because that's how we're getting a chrome bumper, is it's the same plastic piece. So it needs to be chrome to get any other chrome trim. It actually might look better if it was all black. Black bumper, black trim down there, black bumper up here, black interior, clear window. And maybe that would be a better looking mainline. To me, I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, moving on. We got another Ford truck. This is the Ranger Raptor. Coolest thing about this is the livery. That HKS livery is always pretty awesome looking. Love the colors. Like the overall design of their kind of like all over print kind of pattern sort of livery. I've always thought it was cool. Looks really neat. I don't know, it's neat to see it on this truck. And I think that's pretty nifty. Other than that, not much to talk about there. And what else do we got? I'm kind of trying to save like the best ones for last year. Oh, we got the Ford GT40. This is a casting I actually collect. So I've got a bunch of different variations of it. It's old. The tooling's been around for a long time. Is there a date on here? Yeah, 1999. And then it might have been retooled in 2019. Maybe why we have her re-copyright. I'm not really sure. Relicensed. Not entirely sure. But this thing actually looks really good. Most of the time, this car doesn't look all that great, and it's because of the wheels. So they have these offset wheels, and a lot of the wheel selections for it and the way they've been done just don't look that great. This one actually looks really good, and I think it's because of the wheels in this case. The offset size wheels actually look really good on this particular one. So this is, I actually quite like this a lot. It's a matte finish white with this big black tampo. And I actually think it looks really good. This is one of the best looking versions, I think, of this casting ever. Truthfully, I think it looks really good. All right. Moving on, though. Skyline. Everybody likes the Skyline. Nissan Skyline RS. It's in the same, like, weird pearly purple. Or very similar, anyway, to this guy. So it looks okay. The livery on it or graphics on it, I'm just going to say are okay. RS Turbo, number 6. Yeah, I mean it's purple. It's got the copper rims. It's pretty good looking, I guess. It doesn't look bad. Taillights. It's got the piece of the windows, the headlights. You know, I'm a fan of that. So I like that casting anyway. Then we got this van in 1986 Toyota van in like this maroon color. We got one really close to this, very similar livery in a different color, like a brown-ish. And there's that. Same sort of deal. Headlights are part of the windows. I like this little tooling. I think it's neat. Big fan, so I like that. We're into that. We're going to move on. We've got the Ford Escort RS 2000, and this color for this car is ugly, in my opinion. The Super is kind of cool, but very, very plain looking. There's like no graphics on here at all, except for the rear, which is cool though. The rear and the front. But this particular like lime green, solid green one, I don't think looks all that good. The Super probably looks a lot better with Spectraflame green, and it's a much like darker shade of green. It will be a super treasure hunt. If I find it, I will be happy about it, and I will keep it. The basic, though, one is enough, and it looks just okay, we'll say. All right, moving on. We got 2 more cars left. This casting here, which was a new casting for last year, 2023. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7. We get it in yellow and black, and it looks really good in yellow and black. I'll get every single color of this casting that comes out. It's a Porsche. I love it. It's looking good. Nice mainline release there. Definitely digging that one as well. And then finally, the Proton. The Proton Saga. New for 2024. What a cool looking little car. I actually quite like it. I love that the fenders are just like cut short, you know, of arches. It gives it such a cool like 80s look. Angular, no real curves to it. I dig it. I think it's really cool. There's the Proton logo in the front with, again, headlights that are part of the plastic piece of the window. This is a cool release. I actually dig that quite a bit. I might get a couple extras of those. He actually sent me 2 of them. So I do have one extra. I might get a couple more. Who knows? I like to buy multiples of castings that I like every once in a while. For some reason, I end up keeping them for a little while and then end up just selling them again on my table at some point at my local meets. But I don't know. It's fun to have multiples for a little while just in case. Back when I was customizing, of course, having multiples was necessary. So I'd be like, I'm going to buy like 10 of these and I'll customize a couple of them. Maybe. And then I would never get around to it. And then now, you know, they end up on my table and then I end up selling. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. I'm going to say, you know, my favorite car of the day is these Auto World cars. I love this Galaxy casting. I'm just a big fan of it. So I really like it. Cool to get this Ultra Red checked off the list. So I'm glad of that. Put these on display. That's going to be a happy moment. Other than that, we had some basic stuff today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. The Citroen is pretty cool. That'd be maybe a runner-up for my favorite. That's pretty nifty too. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Happy 2024, first episode of the year. You know, we've got 51 more. So stay tuned. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.